it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. It's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. I've been comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. I've been comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. I've been comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. I've been comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
It's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. It's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it.
this a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of Head to Head with Brian Parker. I am Eve, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back for another week of talk. If you are tuning in, thank you for tuning in. We are streaming live and direct. X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, LinkedIn, Facebook Live, as well as YouTube TV. And if you are definitely on any of those channels, please like, share, and subscribe, particularly on YouTube. We are on our drive to 10,000 subscribers, so please help us with that, either as a subscriber yourself or somebody that shares with others and invites them to join in as well. We would certainly appreciate it wholeheartedly. Thank you so much. And before we get started with everything, let's say hello to our panel for tonight. We have Lori Parker. How you doing, Lori?
Doing great, doing great.
Okay, short and sweet. And let's also introduce the host of Elephant Exposed, as seen on YouTube TV. Please go to that site as well. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the little bell. It'll always let you know anytime there is a new posting or new content added. And that would be our panelist, Mr. TNTBS, TJ Jones. How you doing, sir?
Hey, brother. How y'all doing?
Good. I'm good. Hey, y'all good? What's going on? Everybody straight?
I'm good. Well, life is lifing.
That's good, because the opposite is death is deathing.
Yeah. Your brother been going through some stuff. So we'll just say it like that.
Okay. All right. Right on. Well, look like you're still standing, so keep fighting the good fight, brother. You know, as they say, trouble don't last always.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I do know is that joy. I said, joy.
Joy.
You don't hear me, good Lord. I said, joy. I said,
Yeah.
hallelujah. Come.
Yeah.
It come. Whether you want it to or not. Whether you're looking for it or not.
Yeah.
In the moment.
I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, bro.
All right. Woo.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for offering. You know,
Pass the plate. Pass the plate.
Online, don't worry. I'm gonna put up my Lori's gonna put up my Cash App, and you can make your offering donation there. So the church is open now. Hey, come on.
I know, right? Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So hope everything is the turn is right around the corner. So. As I like to tell people, actually, I did kind of give that as some advice today with some people that I work with. That, you know, trouble don't last always.
Yeah.
And you know, they were like, "Yeah, man, that was good. I needed that right then and there." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, sometimes I stumble into saying the right thing."
It's a stumble. It's really a stumble.
Damn sure it's a stumble, because most of the time I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna say until 0.3 seconds before it come out my mouth. So while that can be dangerous, normally that doesn't work for me.
Did I say that out loud, or was it in my head?
Hey, sometimes it's hard to tell, right?
Yeah. No, I suffer from the same disease, bro.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Hey, so yeah, me and Before we start on the show, I just want to recommend to people. We finally went out to see Bad Boys. Anybody knows me. Typically, I wait a while when something comes out, and it's not because I don't really want to see it. It's because I hate dealing with assholes in the movie theaters
Right.
that
Right.
don't seem to. The generations these days more and more and more seem not to care about etiquette. They're so self involved with themselves that only what they want and like is important and to damn everybody else that's around them. And
Yeah.
it's so annoying, and I have a hard time not
Navigating it.
not well, I have a hard time not putting people in their place and telling them to shut the F up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, even in the
See,
movie.
I just said navigated, but yeah,
Yeah. So
that's basically what I'm saying.
my biggest problem is that uh and then this could be one of the things I don't like. I don't like people that bring small kids to R-rated movies. Number
Mhm,
one, why are they there in an R-rated movie theater? Oh, I couldn't
mhm.
get a babysitter. Oh, so it's my fault that you spread your legs and you got a baby, and now you can't do stuff that other people can do that don't have babies or they have babysitters. That ain't my problem. It's not that I'm not empathetic to the fact that you have kids. I have kids too, and we all had to go through that. Hell, there was a spell where I had to go through, and the only damn thing I could watch was a bunch of Disney movies.
Oh yeah.
You know, you go through that, but you don't sit there and make it everybody else's problem that you couldn't find a babysitter. So now you want to bring loud kids into your movie theater, or even the ones that are old enough to sit there and you see them acting like little assholes beside you, carrying on and stuff, and you sit there and won't say nothing like you can't see it. Now everybody else got to
Right.
deal with your damn rowdy ass kids because you too punk ass to say anything to them. Then when I get up and say something, oh, now you want
Oh,
to talk.
now okay.
Now you want to say something to me. When you should have, all that energy you got towards me, you should have put to them nappy headed kids beside you.
Mm.
Now all
Not
of a sudden,
nappy.
oh, nappy,
Not
just
nappy.
thrown together, disheveled looking. Hell, damn, they look like they homeless. I'm
Dang.
like, are y'all in the right place? Did y'all come for some free popcorn? What the hell you
Dang.
doing? I'm trying to enjoy a movie. They got their cell phones on. I mean, they talking through stuff. Eh, You know what? I ain't built for it, bro. My problem is that my mouth too slick. And you know how I said that sometimes stuff come out 0.3 seconds before I know it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just happens before I know it. I'm already standing up, talking about all you MFers better get the hell up out of here.
Bro.
Especially
Nah.
and bro, Lori, I almost got Lori in a damn fight.
That's
No, I started the fight.
I
Uh,
ooh,
bro,
what?
listen. What's up, Jason Spiegel? What's up, Tyler? Let me tell you something.
What's up?
Especially in New York, bro, going to a movie is like making a damn car payment. Them damn tickets, I mean, it'd be like $25 a ticket.
Right, yeah.
Down here, I think the other day we paid $8.79 for a ticket,
Since
which
when?
which
I
was
would
like
actually get that.
in Concord, it's pretty cheap. As a matter of fact, you can get a matinee for $4. This was
That's
Up until
throwback
5 o'clock.
yeah,
Five
yeah.
o'clock every day.
This movie started at 6:30, so that made it 8.79. But if we had gotten it before 5 o'clock, it'd been $4. Ain't no such a thing in New York. So we done sat there and we went to go see one of the Avenger movies, and we were in line just trying to get some popcorn and shits before we go back in. And
hmm
these people up front um was mad because they had paid for some was it pretzel bites or some shit, Lori?
Pretzel bites. It was pretzel bites, and
It
it was charged to her card.
was charged to a card, but they didn't have none or it wasn't ready or something like that. And they basically said, well, ain't nobody getting nothing until we get what we paid for. Like
Right.
he was like, well, if y'all just move to the side, I'll keep it going and then we'll make sure that y'all get what y'all need. No, ain't nobody getting nothing.
Oh, I'm I'm sorry. And as a caveat, that was the only concession stand
The
open.
only one. It ain't like we could have went to another one. It was the only one. And so we just sitting there going, okay, these fools are really serious. And our movie about to start, and I done laid down some bills for this movie. Plus, I've been waiting to see it.
Right.
And yeah, we finally said, hey, y'all gonna have to stop with that bullshit. Whatever y'all got going on with them, y'all need to take that over to the side. But everybody behind y'all ain't got nothing to do with this. Oh, then they wanted to get in our face. So first, the lady wanted to sit there and start talking to Lori, and I guess the guy felt like, well, I can't let my woman sit there and be more of a man than me. So then he wanted to get butchy with me. So I was about to sit there and put him to sleep in the movie theater. Without him watching the movie, he was about to go to sleep. He didn't know.
Oh,
He didn't know how close he was to laying down with his thumb in his damn mouth.
And
Over some pretzel bites. That
Yes.
would have been the crazy part. You would have woke up in the hospital with a handcuff around your wrist over some pretzel bites.
Yes, and she was getting loud with you, and then I chimed in,
Yeah,
and then she was getting ready wanting to fight.
yeah.
Yes,
Over some $6
pretzel
pretzel.
bite.
Like, bro, make sure the reason that you don't have no teeth or you go to sleep is a good reason. Don't have to sit there and tell your
I
friends.
would have, you know what? Now, honestly, y'all, I would have paid money just to see y'all two get into it with like, man.
I do not look good at no Rikers.
Had that been okay?
Sitting there walking around the clink talking about anybody else got pretzel bites.
I'm just saying, like, cause, like, okay, maybe it would take someone that maybe know like, a meaner side of you guys.
Yeah,
but I don't know you guys to be mean or confrontational.
We're not.
If anything, I would be the one.
See,
but
I'm not mean, but you can push certain buttons with me.
I'm just saying, like, they had. I'm thinking in my mind, like,
well, see,
what did they do?
We didn't want to fight the people. They got in our face. We were just saying, hey, y'all.
Hey.
Because we could feel the tension from everybody else in the line. Like, are these people serious? They really gonna hold us up over their little $6 pretzel bites? While the line is as long as it is, like Lori said, it's the only one that they had going. Everybody's there to watch the Avenger movie. Like I said, in New York, it is literally like $20 a person just to get the ticket, and then you get the so-called combos, which ain't nothing but 2 drinks and a bag of popcorn. And that's going to be another $20-something. You can't go to the movies in New York for 2 people and spend less than $50.
And it wasn't even a special. It wasn't a 3D movie. It wasn't even.
It
wasn't even a special. It wasn't even a fancy movie theater. It was a regular movie theater.
Oh yeah, no
yeah,
man,
you 3D. You
somebody would have went to sleep.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So
somebody
like,
would have went to sleep.
It didn't need to get that serious for them to understand the urgency of, hey, all these other people need to be served. We don't have anything to do with your dispute. Kindly step to the side while they're resolving it and let us proceed. Oh no, ain't nobody getting nothing if I don't get what I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you taking the concession stand hostage.
Was this a young couple?
No, not overly young. They were younger, but
okay, so
my age,
so like 30-ish,
probably. Yeah,
something like that. They were, and she was again. And then as we made the suggestion, because everybody else was behind us grumbling, she got up in Brian's and then my face, and I was like, what is your problem? And then it just snowballed from there, and then her little person started jumping in because he was yay high, and it was like, you really are going to go and get arrested because again, and also where this movie theater was, the jail was right there across street, and the precinct was around the corner. So it's not like they couldn't get here any faster, even though yes, it is New York City and there's crime happening everywhere, but they could get there.
Yeah. You've been
okay. So riddle me this. Because you know I'm gonna ask it.
Yeah, good.
Black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, what?
Oh no, they was black, blickety black, and tried to be.
I mean, I kind of knew it, but So
They'll black on my shirt, man.
now hold on. Now you know we got different kinds of blacks.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
So were they the blackish or were they big bliggity black?
Bliggity. No diggity bliggity.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Anthony says, I blame the movie theater, a big box movie, and you only have one stand up. But that is true. And Anthony, that is absolutely right. And I don't know if y'all been to movie theaters in New York City, but like everything else, nothing builds out like you would go to like AMC here or Starlight or something like that, and it's one big long theater. They stack on top of each other, so it was like 7 stories high. And you have to
Yes,
keep
and the movie theater, and our movie was on the 13th floor.
Yeah, we were way up there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
With
That's
only
right, 'cause-
one
yeah, 'cause
concession
everything
stand
is
open.
up.
Yeah, everything builds
And
out. Yeah.
yes, it was awful.
You have to take
Yeah.
escalator and then what's
An
really
elevator.
No, the escalator, Lord. We went up the escalator.
Yes,
But
but
You
do
went
have
like okay, so let me ask. So you have to take the escalator to the elevator?
No, you have to when you walk in, there's an escalator. So the you get your tickets on the ground level. But
Gotcha.
all the theaters are up. So you have to take an escalator up to each floor. But there's sometimes when some of the escalators don't work and you walk escalators like they stairs.
right.
Oh
So
my
that's what I'm
God.
saying. And then there's because half of the escalators didn't work. Plus also it was around the time, and again, it's around the pandemic. Now we also know that there was a shortage, and I give somewhat of that way, but they only had for the 13 theaters that they had open, and Avenger was playing in 4 of them.
Yeah.
And they only had one concession stand open.
Unless you went all the way back down to the very bottom, I believe. There might have been one down
I think the basement, but that one was kind of
there. By the time you
had a line.
By the time you done rode all the way up, who trying to go all the way back down for the concessions when you got one right outside the theater?
So okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But the whole thing is that it's just lent itself into the fact that I try to avoid conflict, whether it's people bringing in their noisy kids into theaters. So I try to let it die down, or we'll catch a matinee when I feel like kids are probably still sleeping home, or people still drunk and ain't sobered up yet to come out to the theater. So we went to the theater, and it was actually pretty light as far as it wasn't full at all, nowhere near full. It probably, Lori, had no more than 25 people in the whole theater, and it probably sat a couple of hundred people, which was good. I didn't have to worry about a whole lot of noise, but that's why I try to avoid it. Had a good time watching it. I thought Bad Boys was really, really good. I don't know how many more they got in them because they're getting old. But it's funny to see that Will Smith still want to run in every movie. Lord, he and Tom Cruise, don't matter how old they get, they running after or away from somebody in every damn movie that they in, and he's still doing it. Then we came home, CJ, and we ended up watching. I've been wanting to see it. I wanted to because it's been 30 years in the making. Beverly Hills Cop. Axel.
Oh, Foley.
Foley.
Yeah, I heard. Well,
I'm not gonna spoil it, but I
thought was driving.
I thought it was.
You watched it already?
Yes, because it came out July the 4th, that Wednesday night and the Thursday morning, something like that. So it was actually pretty good.
What is it streaming on?
It's Netflix.
What?
So Netflix made the movie and produced the movie because they had so many start and stops with a lot of the bigger movie studio companies, and it just kept getting put on ice and stuff like that. That Eddie Murphy decided to take it over to Netflix, and they went ahead and produced the movie. It was good. That was a good movie, better than the first. It was, Anthony. But Anthony, if you like me, I think they made a genius call because they connected so much of it to the first in ways that I'm not going to spoil, except for to say a lot of even just the the tracks that they play in the background and stuff like that. were the same ones that they had from the first one, and it kind of puts
Oh, get out.
that mystique and everything. It opens up with Eddie Murphy in a navy blue Chevy Nova. So
Okay.
go down the streets of
Well,
Detroit.
okay. All right. Because I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
But
I'm gonna watch it whenever we done.
And all the
I didn't even know it was.
Yeah.
Because I was Ubering when I heard about the interview
Oh,
and the trailer and stuff.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, but I didn't catch the date.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
Okay.
good. It brings back, and even if you've never seen the first three, it would still, in my opinion, be funny to you. But because if you've seen the first three, if you're of our age, it kind of connects you to it. You know, like how sometimes when they do like a remake or something, and of course this wasn't a remake, but it's been so long. But when they do remakes, a lot of times, like with Star Wars and some of the other stuff, it seems like they made it for the new audience, to hell with the old audience. This one kind of would bring both together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did appreciate that. It was kind of like seeing how he did with Coming to America, where he didn't.
I was about to say that. I guess it sounds like
audience behind in an attempt to capture a new audience. He brought everybody along for the ride.
Nice.
So I will say that about that. That's how I felt with that. It was good, nice comedy. It wasn't overly long. Neither was Bad Boys. You know, a lot of these movies these days over 2 hours long, and neither one of these were over 2 hours long. Anthony says, CJ, that movie will show you black don't crack, LOL, but white.
Yes, you will definitely, yes, absolutely. Facts.
Yeah, because I heard they brought back everybody.
Yeah, whether it was Billy, whether it was
the two cops.
Yeah, Taggart.
Taggart. Yeah.
whether it was
the
Sid.
original captain, the captain from Paul Reiser. He was in there.
Oh my God.
Yep, great.
They all look old. Paul Reiser looked old. Bronson Pinchot looked old. Judge Reinhold looked old. John Aston looked old. But he's right. But Eddie Murphy, he's spot on with that. Absolutely. That is hilarious. Yeah. He's right about that. So that is our black movie review for the week. We give it 3 watermelons.
Wait a minute. We can start a new
3
segment.
watermelons and 2 chickens.
Like as I said, Siskel and Ebert with the black version. Siskel and Ebert, the black version. Let's sit there and get that going.
Or we can watch the movie and do like Beavis and Butthead, and you just see the silhouette in the background, and Lori goes, yeah, and I go, shut up, Lori.
That's all he wants to do. He just wants to judge me. That's it.
Man, you know what? I really wanted for that to be my career for real. I really did want to be a movie critic for real.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, man. I mean, people would wait and watch Entertainment Tonight and watch the reviews and stuff like that, and it would shape their opinions about what movies to go see and stuff. Nowadays, when I see these Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that, you know, sometimes I've seen a movie get really, really bad reviews. I go watch it and I loved it. So sometimes it's really hard to gauge what are they basing that off of, and do they even get the point of the movie?
Right.
A lot of times, you know, I used to watch sometimes like Tyler Perry movies, and I could tell certain critics didn't understand
the message
and who he was really making that movie to and for. And because of that, they missed a lot of the things that if you are us, then you get it. And then when you're not, it's kind of hard. You miss a lot of the extra beats and sometimes the jokes and stuff like that, because, you know, there's not a representation that you're used to. So a lot of times I just say, you know what, if it's something I'm interested in watching, I'm gonna go give it a shot. And if I don't like it, I don't like it, you know.
Definitely.
They rate drama movies high, but lower action and comedies. That too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
because they're a bunch of bitches. All right, anyway.
Yeah, well, you know, it's easier for them to understand, and then some of them have gotten superheroed out and stuff like that. But there's some of us that, hey, as soon as DC get their act together in the Man of Steel movie, comes out next year, they're gonna be sitting their asses right up in that movie studio watching the new Superman, even though they already know the storyline of Superman's origins. They're gonna want to watch how DC puts a take on the new character and stuff like that. There's a new Joker movie I think coming out toward in third quarter of this year. You know, Joker was a standalone movie from the whole DC franchise. They had Joaquin Phoenix in it, and he's going to reprise that role in another Joker movie, probably to be just as violent as the first one was. And it's still a standalone movie, just like the Batman is a standalone movie from that whole DC universe. So it's not connected. It's just a standalone.
The thing about it, man, is they just overdid it. Like after a while, it was just like Batman, this like then you was breaking the Batman down like by the character, by the actor and so forth. Like they just did way too much, kind of like how they did the Incredible Hulk and everything else. They couldn't make up their mind whether they wanted to make him realistic, anime,
CGI.
CGI. They really couldn't make up their mind, and so it was just like,
but that's kind of funny you say that too. I thought that too about Hulk, because in the earlier movies he was so big and tall, and then they reduced him to size, gave him my dude's face, and he was talking through him, and you could see him and the Hulk kind of in the same phase.
Right.
And it's almost like they domesticated the Hulk in a lot of those in the Marvel. Anthony says DC movies can't beat Marvel. That has been true, and that's why they handed the reins over to James Gunn with DC to see what he would be able to do with that, get that franchise going. We'll see, Anthony, because
Marvel is too far gone, man. They got
after Marvel basically killed off Iron Man, after Captain America went back in time and aged naturally. We'll see what their next step is really going to be. They haven't really done a lot since the whole conclusion of Endgame and all of that. I mean, they rolled out a little stuff here and there. Now Spider-Man is kind of back on his own again, and all of that stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of over now. We'll kind of see how they're going to pull it together. They had a 20-year plan that ended with Endgame, so that was kind of the crescendo and the curtain call. And we really kind of need to see what they're going to do to revamp it and get it going again. Because the other thing too is every year you wait, especially with superhero movies, actors get old. Thor's going to be too old to be holding up a hammer. Captain America was getting too old to throw that shield back and catch it and all that kind of stuff. Same thing with Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. said, "Hey, I'm leaving before I just look like a really shell of an Iron Man." But actors get old even if the characters don't. So aging is a hard thing with a superhero movie. So that's why, not to go too far off, but that's why I had a whole problem when DC announced Ben Affleck as Batman. And I'm like, man, if y'all was going to do that, y'all should have called Ben 20 years ago. Don't get no damn 40-something-year-old Ben, because this is not your early years Batman, like what they did with Robert Pattinson in The Batman. They started with a Batman that appears in the comic books in year one of the comics. Ben is like year 30. And
I said it was too many.
Well, then the problem is you got an old Batman with a young Flash, a young cyber dude, a younger Aquaman, and a very young Wonder Woman. Well, the ages don't even go together, so they can't mature through a series of movies together, because Ben's old ass ain't gonna be able to hold up. You know how them scenes, bent over, hunched over, aching and stuff? He probably wasn't playing. He probably was hurt. Anthony says, I want to see what happens with Kang since Jonathan's not Kang anymore. Yeah. And I haven't even seen that part because I think it went straight to Disney.
Right.
And all that stuff. So I haven't seen that. And there's some other little Marvels that they put to the side and stuff like that, but they really haven't connected a lot of them together yet. They're still talking about Fantastic Four, X-Men, and all of that other stuff. So we'll kind of see what's going on with that. If I geeked you out over the last 5 minutes with superhero movies, I do apologize. We will be moving over to our regularly scheduled show for the day. I do promise. But yeah, so we had a good time with that. Just as a also programming note, Lori, you smell it, don't you? Feel it coming, don't
I
you?
do. I know
Smell
it's
it.
coming.
Smell that
It's
pig
almost
skin.
here.
You
I'm
smell that
excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not time yet.
Can you hear Carrie Underwood starting to warm up her vocals? Yeah. It's about that time, Lori. And it's gonna
Too
come to
early.
you every Sunday, every
Too
Monday,
early.
every Thursday. Oh yeah, baby. It's right around the corner. Football is almost here, baby. The dog days of summer are almost over. Training camp is almost getting ready to come back, baby. And once training camp comes back, then it's gonna be the Hall of Fame game. Yes, right. That's right. There's only 3 preseason games this year. Hell, they're trying to take it down to 2. And instead of having a 17-game regular season, they're trying to get an 18th game to replace it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they want that check to be bigger.
Excuse
Oh,
me,
yeah.
viewers.
They want more TV revenue.
All our viewers, this is the time that that Brian has been waiting for,
Oh, you
because
damn right.
he wants complete quiet and silence. And the only things that I say to him during this time is, "Are you thirsty? Are you hungry?" And I leave him alone. I don't ask him nothing.
Because there's nothing for you to do. It's football.
What is it? Say it one more time.
It's football.
It's football.
Football. Like, get your ass down somewhere.
This is
I'm in my emotions. You know what? That's about the only time you will ever catch a man really in his emotions, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God. Yeah.
That's about the only time you would ever see a man. I'm talking about a man, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And I meant to mention, if you happen to be a Cowboys fan, going over to Walmart or Amazon. Oh, no, better yet, Amazon Prime Day is right around the corner. If you's a Cowboys fan, go ahead and buy y'all a couple of extra flat screen TVs. Cowboys make y'all.
No, we got the money. Well, look, we got the money.
Y'all
we got the money.
No, but
TVs, y'all fired Mike McCarthy.
But you know what? Right. You know that's so funny that we end up getting the shine behind that. And we wasn't even the ones that actually started the breaking the whole TV thing. It wasn't even our team. It was actually the 49ers. No, seriously.
That's true.
It was actually the 49ers. True. They were the first ones that oh boy went viral because they lost to us.
Yeah.
Because they was expecting to win.
That's funny. That's true.
But then there was another guy, I think it was a Cleveland game, some other game, because there's another one
after that, right,
or Pittsburgh. He broke that TV was huge, and he broke it, and I was like,
and it was in his garage or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
But
that was the one that went viral, and I was like, what?
They be taking clips of people sitting there at the end of the game watching it, mad at the Cowboys. Go and like it's gonna be okay, baby. It's gonna be okay. And they just look and they get up and they just pick the whole TV up and
throw it.
Why?
Like, and I'm like sitting here like, you just spent thousands of dollars on a game.
That just goes to show, though. That just goes to show two things.
It does.
Just how known the Cowboys really are, whether you hate them or love them.
Yep.
Right.
Facts.
Versus, like I said, like. Our fan base ain't no different from anybody else. We just get all the media attention. That's all.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Well, because people already want y'all to lose if they're not with you.
Right.
There's no really lukewarm thing about the Cowboys. Either you really DC for L or you like go to hell. And that's really it. You only got one and the other.
Yeah.
Either you DC for hell, you go to hell.
And you know what? And it's much. And of course, you know me. I mean, I was born and raised in it. So my thing is this: as much as sometimes I just want to just let it all go.
Mm-hmm.
I still hang on to the star.
Yeah.
I still do. Like
Y'all do too.
all of my stuff,
Y'all a bust up a
like
TV.
no, seriously, like all of my stuff is put up. Like all of my stuff is put up and everything. Like I won't even break it out. You know, like my no, you haven't been into my cave, but yeah, like my whole room and everything. I done closed off everything. I done covered up everything. I'm like, I won't even break out nothing until our very first win. And I'm talking about credible win, not the ones that I already know we're going to beat.
Well, they did you guys different this year than they have in the past. I have seen your schedule, and you start out with a more competitive schedule than you have in years past. Normally, they load up your first 3 or 4 games with NFC East teams that y'all normally beat. It's the Giants and the Commanders. Not so much Philly. They normally put that in the middle of the season and at the end. But they normally start y'all out with the Giants and then the Commanders, guaranteeing that you'll be 2-0. They ain't do that this year. I can't remember who it is, but it's not that kind of schedule. So y'all gonna know real soon what you got and what you don't got. You'll know soon. They're gonna get tested early, which is good. I think that's healthy for teams to get tested early. The preseason is for you to, get all the kinks and stuff out, and then when the regular season start, hey, let's lace them up and go get it. But years the Cowboys they kind of almost ease them into the season, and the problem with that is the casual Cowboys fan will see that they're 4-0 and act like they don't won the damn Super Bowl, not realizing, okay, and then that's why everybody say every year, but y'all ain't played nobody. And then you start to see Cowboy fans go, okay, did we play anybody yet? After you finally beat someone, did we play anybody yet? Like, yeah, you did. But that doesn't mean that the first
it is the cycle. Like it's just like that one common meme that I think I even seen it on your page a few times.
Yeah,
like
probably.
the whole Super Bowl cycle thing.
It's true.
And I was like, you know what? I wish I could be mad at that, but no, that's about real. That's about real.
It's real. Yeah.
No, for real. Like, I mean, because I don't follow anybody else's team, so I can't tell y'all how y'all function and how y'all think. But I do know mine.
There's a lot
not
of teams
even on
that circle is partially right for most teams.
Yeah.
But they're specific.
But no, I mean that shit is like almost like dead on.
It is dead.
Like I feel like this. For the typical Cowboy fan that does not think like me, because I'm the realistic Cowboy fan. We are very few and far between. and that was another thing I had to admit. I had to eat that crow because I remember I would give you all kinds of kickback, and I'm like, no, B, no, like it's a lot of people out there like me. Nah, I apologize. I take that back.
Nah.
I was like, it's embarrassing.
Well, they have it blinded. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lori.
You're going to see it. So I always make this as we're getting up onto the football season, and if you have HBO Max this way, and you know what with the starting of football season, and I bring this up, and this is the curse of the Hard Knocks. So the team on Hard Knocks this year is going to be the Giants again. I can't. That's going nowhere because Hard Knocks. I mean, Giants are being featured on the Hard Knocks series. I was just like, I can't. Because, everybody who's been on Hard Knocks loses badly.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yes, they do.
Saquon Barkley is now a Philadelphia Eagle.
Yes.
Daniel Jones is in the 5th year of his contract. So this is a contract year for your quarterback. The offense is a little bit better as far as being able to protect the quarterback, but him having anybody to throw to. So it's going to be a really hard year for the G-men. And then they have Hard Knocks there.
Yeah. It just seems like if you're saying that you were the realistic Cowboys fan and you going on the memes, the curse of the Hard Knock show, and if you take every team that has been featured on it loses.
Well, Lori, what's going to happen? What's going to happen in East Rutherford when the Jets have a better record than the Giants?
I can't. And then yes, and then I will have to give my flowers to my best friend who is a Jets fan.
So I already
They
know.
get it
I
going.
already know that, because I mean, without even going into the preseason, nothing like that. It's going to be pretty much. It's pretty much going to be the same lineup in my division. It's going to be the Eagles. We'll be kind of slightly behind them, and we might have to battle out for second place with the Commanders this year. Because if I make no mistake, they did some improvements that we should have done.
Well, it's gonna be hard to tell because it will depend on if their quarterback that they drafted number 2 after Caleb Williams in Chicago. They drafted I think was it Jaden Daniels or whatever. So they're gonna have a rookie quarterback because they sent Sam Howell to Seattle because they wanted to make room for the rookie and him not to have any real competition behind him with a young Sam Howell. So they cleared the way for their rookie. So and they've gotten rid of their coach. They got a first-year coach. So it's really gonna. They did do a lot of stuff, but it's gonna be interesting to see how that comes together as the year unfolds. Anthony made a good point too. Hard Knocks is also doing an additional in-year feature of the entire AFC North.
Oh Lord!
Oh gosh!
No! Stop!
That's gonna be nuts.
No,
nuts.
Because
that's not necessary.
Because think about it. You got Mr. Massagy, Deshaun Watson. So I don't know if they're gonna follow him to them damn massage parlors that he found on Instagram.
Oh wow.
You got Joe Burrow. I don't know if they're gonna see watching him walk in with old fur coats looking like a white pimp, look like Eminem with fur. Then you got Russell Wilson in the Pittsburgh Steelers, and everybody just gonna be watching to see a Sierra show up.
Right. Because the girl
more Ravens, and you gonna see what Lamar does under pressure if he gonna start trying to show everybody. See, I can't pass the ball. Oops, interception because he threw it into triple coverage in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Lamar, run. That's all you, bro. Run. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Run.
Yeah, your girl, she kind of set a precedent, didn't she? With her and Kelsey.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor. Cause I'm like, why we acting like she was like the only like celebrity to ever like date a NFL player? Hello, Sierra.
No, it's not that. It's Taylor Swift's fans. If Taylor Swift, if you had a business, I tell you what, CJ, Taylor Swift is like this. If Taylor Swift went on YouTube right now and said, "Hey fans, I just came across the most amazing channel on YouTube called Elephant Exposed." Bro, you would be monetizing that bitch tomorrow. For real. YouTube would come to you and say, "Sign right now, please. We're gonna pay you because you got a bunch of verified subscribers over the last 2 days." And it was because she sat there and told them she is that much of a financial juggernaut. Her fans are you take a DC4L fan times 20. That is a Swiftie. So it was because they knew that the more airtime they gave her on a national football game, more Swifties would put their eyeballs on stuff. And why does that matter to the NFL? Because what do they do other than put a product on the field? They put advertisements in your face and they make ad revenue. The same reason that they want to add more real regular season games is because they make more money off of TV contracts, concessions, advertisements, sponsorships. All of that stuff is tied. Oh, and also, let's not forget, especially in North Carolina this year, gambling, online gaming, GM.
Oh, wow. Yeah, forgot about that. I actually forgot about it. You said it.
FanDuel, all of that stuff in North Carolina this year. Remember, for the NCAA tournament, the first day that betting became active in North Carolina, CJ, $25 million the first day. They paid out $12 million in winnings on the first day. This goes back when they were doing sign in for $5. We'll give you $200.
Right. Yeah. I remember
It's the drug dealer giving you that first taste, and then
Right.
after that, you're gonna because they knew you used the 250, but after that, you would keep going. It made that much money during basketball. Football was already done.
Right.
I can't even in my mind get my head around how much
money that's gonna be
off the NFL because I already got a prop that the Carolina Panthers going to the playoffs, and all I had to do is put up $5 to win 100. But depending on the odds, you can put up props right now. The earlier you do it, if it
the more
happens
money,
later,
right.
you can sit there and make a bunch of money. So there's so many props that you can put up on these games on these seasons before they even start. That in North Carolina, we did not have that option this same time last year. So going into this season, I already know it's going to be bad because I'm gonna put up $12 million of it my damn self on my phone. I'm sorry, Lori. I don't mean really 12 million, but I'm gonna put up some money. I'm gonna bet every week.
Again,
Every
with
week.
the upcoming football season, I already know there's several things I need to have in the house.
I won't be playing that much fantasy football. Why?
No,
I don't
you
need no
won't.
bragging rights. I need some cha-ching. I'm gonna be
No.
on my phone.
No,
FanDuel,
no.
where you at? DraftKings, where you at? BetGM, where you at?
Or,
I'm already
again,
ready.
some type of chicken has to be in the house at some point.
Lori, I'm glad you said that because I want you to know that I got you for what I don't like. I got you.
Okay.
I meant to bring it up 2 weeks ago, but we was on a little hiatus. But I'm definitely coming for your ass and on what I don't like. I just want to get your hands up because you said
It's
you
fine.
made me think of something. You said that, so I'm coming for you. But anyway, football, y'all, comes up and head to head sports season 5. Damn, 5. Season 5, myself, and my co-host, Mr. Randall Hargrove, are gonna do it all over. We're gonna start with preseason, going all the way into the regular season, all the way into the playoffs, all the way up to that chip. We're gonna bring you a live analysis every single week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. First week of August, I do believe. I'll verify those dates with Randall and get back to y'all next week to have it out. It's gonna be a little bumpy because then the next 2 Wednesdays won't be able to do it. We're going to be on vacation, going to be on a cruise boat. Me and Lori going on a Royal Caribbean cruise. So we will be out of the country. So I can't do it. Otherwise, I literally would do it from the boat if I could. But internet
You know
signal
that would be $1 million.
is too much to stream. Yeah, I can't do that.
That'd be $1 million. No.
Unless Taylor Swift is going to sponsor that and YouTube make me sign something, then yeah.
Right.
If that happened, I'll change my mind and do it. Because what we normally do is we spend a week breaking down a division and really getting into the details. We're really going to have to combine a lot of those weeks together to break down the divisions. What happened? Oh, it's a prop. Bronny James scoring 25 points this season. I bet. And you know what? And here's the funny thing. He might. I mean, we'll see about that, Anthony. Brian was waiting to advertise that NFL channel on Wednesdays. You got dang right. And Anthony, you going to be there too. You're going to be there talking about them Commanders. We're gonna do it again, baby. But yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be an interesting season. Hope springs eternal. Everything's anew. After the Super Bowl, everybody's 0-0. Everybody starts from the same, looking to the same direction for the championship. Some of them, they dreams fade out in the first 4 weeks. Some of them fade out before Thanksgiving. Some of them hold hope until Christmas. And then there's some in January that's still thinking, we got a shot. Or it's going to come down to the last game. Normally in the AFC North, it's going to come down to the last game because everybody might have a winning record, but only 2 or 3 teams going to be able to get in and stuff like that. So we'll see. It's going to be a really, really interesting season. Join us for the ride, 7 p.m. Wednesdays here, Head to Head Sports. All right. All of that, 54 minutes in, and we still ain't talked about the first damn thing. So because we only got 6 minutes, I'm going to play a clip that I want y'all to see.
Okay.
Because we are talking about the upcoming elections and why elections are important and why it's not just every 4 years when there's a presidential election, but whether it's local, state, House, a local, state house, state senate, or even the governor's race, we need to be cognizant of who we are allowing into these offices because of the damage that they can do on their level that then translates into the state level. Lori, I got a clip at the very, very bottom that I want you to play in a second. I'll tell you when. But this, if you're not aware, in North Carolina, we have a full out boo boo buffoon the clown running as a Republican candidate for governor named Mark Robinson. This man makes a whole lot of Republicans look like a liberal. He is effing crazy. If you are in the state of North Carolina, you need to vote. We're going to talk about Biden and everybody trying to get rid of his old ass. And I'm going to tell you why that's stupid in a second. But we need to look at Mr. Mark Robinson. This is a clip of him in a church. I'm setting this up. He's in a church.
Yeah.
And he starts talking about why it's necessary to start killing people in a damn church, in a party that's pro-life, family values and everything. I want you to tell me if you hear any of that old Republican bull crap after watching this almost 2-minute clip. Play the clip.
You know, it was a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield, and guess what we did to it? We killed it. We didn't quibble about it. We didn't argue about it. We didn't fight about it. We killed it. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, what did we do? We flew to Japan. And we killed the Japanese Army and Navy. We didn't even quibble about it. I didn't start this fight, you did. You wanted to be left alone, you should have left me alone. We didn't argue and capitulate and talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't fight the Nazis that hard. No, they're bad. Kill them. Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. Okay. It's time for somebody to say it. It's not a matter of vengeance. It's not a matter of being mean or spiteful. It's a matter of necessity. We have wicked people doing wicked things, torturing and murdering and raping. It's time to call out those guys in green and go have them handle it. Or those boys in blue and have them go handle it. We need to start handling our business again because, guys, what I said at the beginning about you getting in your cars, listening to your radio, putting on what you want to put on, and saying what you want to put on, keep thinking about it. Don't you feel it slipping away? Don't you feel it slipping away? The further away we get from the concept of 1776 and why we declared our independence and how we declared our independence, the further we start sliding into making 1776 a distant memory.
Oh, I got something to say about that whole 1776. Okay.
That is the Republican nominee for the governorship of the great state of North Carolina, Mark Robinson. Josh Stein is running against him. I think that's his name.
Yes.
For governor. I don't care if it was a ham sandwich. I would vote for that ham sandwich before I would put that hateful mother effer in the governorship.
Yeah.
This guy is very twisted. He is the one that has said a whole lot about no abortion under any circumstances, whether it's the life of the mother on the line or anything
that
else.
Was the one I thought you were going to play.
Yeah. He's a very hard liner, but the whole idea about killing people and basically equivocating people to the same level that you would rodents. Anthony says, "Who's this? He's got my vote." You need to stop. You need to stop.
Oh yeah, hey, I know.
Then you come get his ass out of North Carolina and you vote for him. No, you come deal with that crap. That man crazy going around talking about we killed Japanese. well, no, you ain't just killed the Japanese army and stuff. When we dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, I'm pretty sure we killed more than just their military. The U.S. has done some really
Again,
heinous
right.
stuff past. So
He
no,
said a lot of things that was completely out
yeah,
of context. Not to mention the platform that he used to even talk about
right,
killing.
yeah, yeah.
No. And see, it's mother suckers like that that wished that he was actually serving in the United States Armed Forces, but he really couldn't cut it because they knew that this mother sucker was thrown.
Yeah.
Because he was busy writing bad checks with his wife.
Ooh, go
Because he
ahead,
has
sis.
Ooh,
See, but I
no.
mean, but hold on, yeah.
I
But
thought she was
anyway,
nice. She came in with a chainsaw.
well, listen. But anyway, the thing about it is that these fantastic mother suckers, like they are for real about one thing, and that's them jockeying for that power because that's all what they really jockeying for. And so they're basically still trying to stimulate their base, which is the willful ignorant. And I say it like that because we are in the age of information now, to where if you really want to fact check something, and actually you can do it in real time, like as a person is talking, you can literally be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, that person said this, oh, hold on, let me look up 1776. First of all, 1776 wasn't for your black ass. Okay, it was for the colonizers, and not just call us a spade a spade. Okay, it was not for your black behind. Okay, the very thing that they are doing to us, they was trying to run away from. And that's what brought up the whole entire rebellion and all this other stuff. And then you come over here, and the same crap that was crapped on them, they did it to us, and still low key trying to do it. Or no, I'm sorry, they're trying to bring it back, because see, that would be making America great again.
No, well, again, I know I came back with that, but I was saying because his toned down commercial that he has running for governor, talking about he working hard and this way, and his mama and these values. But again, due to the fact that he had bad checks writing on his businesses and everything else, that man is a complete abomination. It is horrible.
Right.
Like,
I mean, all of that is inspired by his good old buddy 45. I mean,
but
if
and
45 can
it's
do it, then
sad. It's
truly
very
he can.
sad to see, especially. Well, no, I think it's different because because I live here now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've come from a different place. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm not saying that I haven't seen people who are not for this way, but it just amazes me. The people that I see in this way, and then they all rallying behind him, is like, I'm like, have you heard what this man just
Then
said to
said,
you?
right.
Said.
And did you
And
see where he said it at? And see,
not,
again, that bothers your brother.
it,
Yeah.
bro-
Oh,
it bothers me.
Because
It bothers
huh?
me. It bothers me as an intelligent person.
I
And,
mean,
and when I
seriously,
see black
because
people who are sitting here talking about
know,
Mark Robinson, I'm like, who?
that I stand up for God. I really do.
mm-hmm.
And I know sometimes when I talk, y'all, it may seem like I don't have a relationship with God at all. But if it's one thing, I tell people this all the time. I'm crazy. I'm not stupid.
Right.
Okay. I have too much respect for God. I have too much respect for the Lord to sit up here and mix my signals and confuse my listeners.
Yeah.
You sitting up here talking all this garbage.
Yeah.
But
CJ,
you're doing it in what's supposed to be a place of worship.
CJ, help me understand this. You say, not you, but they say that abortion is consciously deciding to end the life of somebody, making a conscious decision, which they call murder. There's other people that call it healthcare. Wherever you fall on that is where you fall on that.
Uh-huh.
But how then can you sit in a church and get people to applaud for you when you are consciously saying that there are some people that need to be killed?
Okay, now
It's a cleansing.
let me
Like you're
tell
trying
you
to
what
do a
your brother
cleansing.
noticed
Sounds
in the
like an
response.
extermination.
I'm gonna tell you what your brother noticed in the response. He had what I call a general applaud. It wasn't like he got them all riled up and they were
No,
like,
right.
yeah.
That's true. That's
It
true.
was very
Controlled.
focused and like it's kind of like, okay, is he finished talking? I don't even think even in that moment that he had got them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And I'm gonna say they reserved that his biggest applause line was, now there's gonna be some liberals that's gonna think we being mean and stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Too
Now
bad.
that's when you heard the applause.
But it was the applause based off of what he said about what he had said. That liberals are going to think that that's too hard. Because I was thinking the same thing you were at first until when he said too bad. Okay, owning the libs is one thing, but you're owning the libs based off of the rhetoric that he just said.
Right. Exactly.
So
So
the
you
rhetoric.
got to be able to separate that. And
Yeah.
so, like I said, so it did. I mean, that whole comment, like some people just need some killing. Not okay. We're not going to make this into a whole Bible thing, but even in the Bible, there was a time to kill. It was, but there was also a time to let God fight your battles for you. And see that what I'm saying. So it's like the way that they want to try to like stir up or like use these sensational words to get their base riled up. It's like I say, it's for the willful ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are people, these are the type of people they just want to be told, okay, tell me what to think, tell me what to feel, tell me how to feel. Those are who they're really aiming it at. And those are the ones that are eating it up. And that's why you getting people like how you had this nutball out here shooting people at random last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Yes, that's over. Yes, in part.
and I
Yes, that was
guarantee
on the
you,
news.
and I had a writer in my car. I was picking him up from Amazon, and he was like, "You ever notice this?" He goes, "Stuff like this don't ever take place, especially in a place like this, like North Carolina, until it's like voting time." And I was like, "Oh, so you caught that, huh?" So see, what happens is that if fear mongering doesn't work in the media the way that they want it to, then they will allow a situation to happen or cause a situation to happen to be like, you see, that's why we need to go red. So we need to be able to defend ourselves. That's why, so we can have 20, 30 more other fools out here thinking it's the Wild Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm all about carrying, but I'm about responsible carrying, trained carrying.
Yeah.
You know?
Anthony said that Baltimore is bad already. He won't do worse regarding Mark Robinson. Well, but Anthony Westmore is from what I can tell, a pretty good governor. I don't know how you feel about Westmore, but yeah, he ain't Mark Robinson, and I don't, I,
Oh
and I
gosh,
don't,
no.
and honestly, he could do worse because a lot of his values are on the extreme. What we are experiencing right now is a lot of these extremists are having to gerrymander and having to stack courts and things like that because their opinions are unpopular. They can't win with a majority because there's not a majority out there that agrees with total bans on abortion. There's not majorities out there that want to roll things back like that. There are too many majorities of people out there that do want the nation to progress, that don't have a problem with DEI and stuff like that. There was a congressman that when he started talking about Joe Biden, referred to Kamala Harris as a DEI vice president, as if her qualifications didn't make her suitable to be a vice president, but they had to hire the black one for diversity and stuff like that. There's a lot of and I know this is different, but the DEI is the new N word. When you hear that, that's what they're saying. They know that they can't say nigga, 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 nigga. But what they do want to be able to say is, well, they only hired that person because it was DEI. When you hear Charlie Kirk talking about, if I get on a plane and I see a black pilot, I don't want to get on. I don't want to go on that flight because I'm
Right.
worried that they hired him because of what he looked like than what's in between his ears.
Right.
That should be troubling because there's people that say it, and then there's other people that would agree or think it themselves. And when they say these things, these are not individuals just saying it. There are swaths of people out there that believe it. So understand the minority of people out there think that way, but they can rise to a level of a majority if they convince enough of us to sit these elections out. That kind of moves us into the whole thing with Joe Biden. And why I'm disgusted at the Democratic Party for turning their back on Joe Biden. And now listen, when Joe said he was going to run for a second term, I was hoping that somebody else would step up and say, no, Joe, sit your old ass down. We need new blood. We're going to run. That time passed. Everybody sat there out of tradition, deferred. Well, not everybody. Marion Williamson and some other, and Cenk Uygur and some other people did try to step in a little bit and say that, but they weren't really serious contenders. It wasn't a Gavin Newsom. It wasn't a Gretchen Whitmer. It wasn't anybody like that that would have gained enough steam to really be a threat to Biden because they wanted to coalesce the party around their candidate. We have him go through the primary season unchallenged or or unseriously challenged. So now the party's all upset because he did what an 80-year-old person does. He lost his train of thought. He already has a stuttering issue, which, by the way, if you didn't know this is National Disability Month. So people mocking people with disabilities, you can go F yourself. But anyway,
absolutely.
And I say that because I had to unfriend one of my people because they sat there and made fun something about Biden stammering or something like that. And I was thinking, you know what? It's already National Disability Month. Y'all making fun of a man because of his disability. If you want to make fun of his policies or anything else, go there. But when you got to make fun of somebody for having a disability, and I have a daughter with a disability, you can really eat both these. And you know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, so they didn't put up a serious candidate. Joe Biden ain't that much older today than he was when he announced he was going to run for re-election. And they just sat there and ushered his old ass in.
Right.
Don't get mad now when an old person act like a damn old person. He had a bad debate. He did. He looked old, tired. He looked, and they sat there when he had the State of the Union, and he was sitting there coming in with fire and brimstone. Everybody's like, "Yeah, go get him, Joe. Go get him, Joe." And then he comes in against Trump that day, and he's stammering and everything else, and it looked bad. It looked real bad. But here's the thing: y'all knew the mug was old. But see, here's the problem. Now they are so afraid of Donald Trump being reelected, and they're also wondering, well, wait a minute, Biden's the president now. Trump ain't been in for 3.5 years. Yet when you look at the polls, they're neck and neck. In a lot of polls, Trump is up by 1, and he's got 34 counts as a convicted felon. He done been hit with $500 million in fines for the E. Jean Carroll case. He's got pending investigations in Florida, Georgia, D.C. He's got all this stuff hanging on him, yet he's either tied or leading slightly in these polls. And we got our candidate up there, And now they worried because they like, oh God, what have we done? What you did was you sat there and did not challenge your candidate during the primary season, and you sat there and you allowed him to skate through without anybody laying a hand on him. And that didn't do him any good because you would have found out during primary debates if this was an issue. But but the Democratic National Party, Jamie Harrison, I'm talking to you down in South Carolina, canceled them all so Biden would not have to do this. So then the first time that you see this bullshit, is right there on national TV in front of everybody, standing right next to the orange turd.
Right.
So you get what you get because you did what you did.
Right.
So now what you're going to have to do, in my opinion, is say, you know what? We're going to have to push this old MF across the finish line by hook or by crook. You are not voting for Joe Biden.
Man, you just dated yourself. I ain't heard that statement in a minute.
I went there.
Hook or crook.
What you are effectively doing is you are voting against Trump. The only
That's it.
Here's
is not a hard. This is not. Listen, we can sit up here and go back and forth about their ages, about on shitting itself the whole night. Like we can do all of that. But what it really boils down to is this. Okay.
Yes.
You don't want the orange one in.
Right.
Because and again, by me being an Uber driver, I have these conversations with our people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, get interested because it's really your future.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like I'm kind of halfway through life, but you jokers that are coming up, thank you, sis. You jokers that are coming up behind us, you 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, whatever. I'm not really interested. I don't really care. I mean, they already know who they want. You know, we were saying that same ignorant stuff too when I was 12 and 13 years old. I remember them little ignorant tail statements and stuff. The reason why they want you to be disinterested is because that's how they maintain power, you idiot. Second thing, you are telling your grandmamas and your grandfathers, hey, thank you for dying, thank you for bleeding, but no thank you. I don't want the right to express myself. They already did damage to our daughters and our granddaughters.
Mm-hmm.
How much more rights do you want to hand back to the freaking people that wants to snatch and grab and stay in to have a monarchy instead of a democracy?
Yeah.
And then you have the manifesto of Project 2025 and this way and all of these other things that are going on.
When you got Taraji going off script, and I know people up in that box was like, oh my God, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Listen, I don't even watch I don't watch the BET or nothing like that. But when first of all, it was my girl. When I heard that my girl was on TV,
yeah,
and she was giving our people the 411,
yeah,
bruh, I was impressed because she used one of our terms, really.
Yeah, we need more of it.
Yes,
we need more chess players than people out here playing checkers. Yeah, I know you're real good, you're real smooth with it, you know, and you know, 3-card Monty, but can you play chess?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Lori.
Go ahead.
So it's with everything, and what irritates me is all of these people are now standing up talking about, well, he's old and this one and everything else. Like, no, you're gonna have to eat it and move it on, because you're gonna have to push him through, just like everybody was like, you know, everybody was doing prayers and this way for when Ruth Bader Ginsburg was sitting here on the Supreme Court saying, please don't die. You gonna have to sit here and do this way, suck it up and just sit here regardless. But these people talking about, well, I just want to have the best candidate. No, stop that foolishness, because all you're doing is discrediting yourself, and all of they're laughing at us all the time.
Or this one here, sis, you know, because they love to do this one. Well, I'm just not gonna vote. Idiot. Your non-vote is a vote. So make sure it is directed.
Don't say, if you're not gonna vote, then don't
vote for a
candidate.
Like, really?
So let me expound on that, because I was about to go there and then add another, I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but something that I cannot help but surmise as also what the issue is. CJ is totally right. A non-vote is a vote. Mm-hmm. They want you to be disinterested, disaffected, because if you won't vote for Biden because he's old, and you say, well, I'm either gonna A, sit out the vote, or B, vote down ballot on everything else but the president, and maybe I put in somebody, do a write-in, or I don't, or I leave it blank.
Robert Kennedy,
that's what they want for you to do. That's what they want for you to do.
Every time you do that, you're voting for Donald Trump.
Thank you.
Because he won't win the popular vote. So
Exactly.
it's going to come down to a lot of these battleground states. 30,000 votes here, 20,000 votes there, 8,000 votes in Arizona, 30,000 votes in Pennsylvania, 12,000 votes in Minnesota, Wisconsin. It's going to come down to slight margins around there. So everybody that leaves it blank or says, I'm gonna just sit my ass at home this time, you are playing into their hands. This is what they want you to do. Now, this is what I think, y'all. I think that seeing Biden on stage made the possibility of Joe not making it through all 4 years in the next term, thus propelling the first Black woman as president and scared the living hell. Now,
That's what really got him shook. That's what really got him shook. I'm glad you said that.
I wanted to play the movie Head of State because do y'all remember when Chris Rock was about to become president and the guy came across the loudspeaker and said, we're about to have our first African-American president, and everybody ran out of their houses and they started running to the polls?
Yep.
That made me think about that because I'm sitting there going, see, as long as they felt like Joe's heart was going to be all right and he's going to be good, they didn't really have to come to terms with a female telling them what the hell to do.
Right.
And whether it's Gretchen Whitmer, whether it's Kamala Harris, whether it's any other qualified woman out there to be president, this is why they ain't want Hillary for the longest. It wasn't just because she was Clinton. It's because she was a woman.
Right.
And there's always been this, I don't want to go back to church so much, but I remember being part of the Lutheran church, and there were certain divisions of the Lutheran church. And I asked my dad, I said, well, why there's so many divisions in the Lutheran church? And he says, well, some of them do not sanction women pastors.
Correct.
And I was like, what?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, he says you can't do that because some of them believe scripture basically prohibits that. Well, there's a lot. If you've been paying attention, a lot of people are trying to turn our nation into a theocracy where they're basically trying to line it in with the Bible. That's why we have everybody, not everybody, we have people in favor of the 10 Commandments in school. What's wrong with the 10 Commandments? All they do is tell you to not kill, not steal, honor your mother and your father. What's wrong about that? What's wrong with it is because of where it comes from. And you're not going to sit there and say, okay, take some Islamic principles and hang those up. Hey, take some of these principles and hang them up. You're not going to say, well, those belong there. You're just going to sit there and target one religion. And we need to keep religion out of schools. They talk about grooming kids all the time, but they don't see that their grooming is grooming. But that kind of goes back to the whole idea of theocracy, where they're basically trying to make this nation what they call a Christian nation and keep inartfully and incorrectly saying this nation was built on Christianity. The fact of the matter is it was not. The founders purposely, explicitly made it clear they did not want the country based on any particular religion. Well, Brian, our money says in God we trust and all this stuff. It does, but it doesn't say whose God. It doesn't say which God.
Well, it was taken by the colonials that wrote that wrote everything all into law, so to speak. That they were talking about the one and true living God. Now that much I can say.
There ain't no such thing. There's no such
but it is for when you open the door in the Constitution under freedom of religion.
They do not cite a religion.
When you open,
they don't cite a religion in the Constitution.
No, it doesn't, and that's what I was about to say.
It's intentional.
It does not say particular in a particular category, and that's where you get your many divisions and your many kickbacks and everything else.
Yeah,
and that's why. But it's very, very important for there to be a separation of church and state. However, I said, and I didn't want to watch it, but sometimes you got to see what other people are doing.
You do.
To see, you got to see how something developed
Mm-hmm.
to know how to combat it later. So I sat up there and I watched how did Trump agenda become so successful and why his following is so strong-minded and willed and everything. And I watched how him and his relationship with Paula White
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
became publicized. And it was very smooth. But see, that's how the enemy operates. Again, I'm not trying to church us, but I have to call it the way that I see it. The devil is very smooth, he's very slick.
Mm-hmm.
He's never going to be like, bam, I'm the devil, because he'll scare you. He'll run you off. We will automatically reject it.
Mm-hmm.
But if he come in very subtle and he baby feeds you, and to where you kind of get used to, like, oh, okay, that's a little weird, but okay. As soon as you give him that much, it kind of like goes back to that old statement: if I give you an inch, you'll take a mile. Well, that's the concept. That's how the enemy steps in. He steps in very subtle, and the relationship between Trump and then it was solidified whenever Paula endorsed him, and the FBI did not, and they never did enforce that tax rule of whenever you got a church that's going to specifically endorse a candidate right. They never did. So even whenever Trump signed it, it really didn't. It kind of like fell on deaf ear. Like, and I was just like, oh my God. And so next thing you know, see, his party was smart enough to find out how did he lose by so much and why. And it was because of the evangelical voters. And who had their ear? It was people like Paula White. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Paula White, Heritage Foundation, Ben
Right.
Shapiro.
And all of that is big money. Like all of that, all of it is big money, because they preach prosperity. I mean, what is like the American dream? Prosperity. And what do she push? Prosperity. Health and prosperity. Who doesn't want that?
Yeah. What they also push though is hate of the other.
Right, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, and so you got hate over here, and we all look alike.
It's a huge it's a motivator to people. Yeah.
And then okay, so I got this side, you got this side. Let's come together and let's show them. And so it was a marriage, and that's why we are facing what we're facing right now.
Yeah. Iman says, yes, indeed, we've come too far to disrespect the ability to vote. I will say this too. A lot of this also has to do, like I said, with hate, but also with fear, making people think that there's somebody out to come and take away your American dream. Yeah. There's this, you always have to have this boogeyman. It's the other, it's the immigrant, it's the dirty person. It's they're bringing crime, they're bringing disease, they're poisoning the blood of our country. We were built on a Christianity, all these things. So when they say we were built on Christianity, I'll give you an example. If I say, hey, Lori, I'm going to give you this strawberry cake, and you take a bite of the cake, and you'd be like, I don't taste no strawberries in it. Oh, they must have took it away from me. But I'm going to tell you that's what it was. But then when you go and look for it, you can't see it. So you assume somebody's taking it. It was never.
And then you eat more of it, actually, to try to see if you can get that strawberry.
And now I'm going to get you to fight on my behalf to get something put there that was never meant to be there in the beginning. That's all it is. It's like a free card money that they play with these people, and they play with their emotions, and they all play with people's religious beliefs into saying, hey, do you want the real one true God to be taken out and taking this and taking that? Well, wait a minute. The one
and that's God, the fear. That is the fear.
See, here's
the
problem. Here's the problem.
You just solidified it. Yeah.
Here's the problem. Who is the one true God?
It is the belief of the Christian that there is of the Christian.
But see, that's the problem. There is, and I know this is going to hurt people's ears to hear this. There is no one true God for everybody. when you say the one true God, if I am a Muslim, that is Allah. But when you tell me the one true God is the God, the Father of Jesus and the Holy Spirit, you are telling me your religion remains supreme over mine. The whole idea of this country is you can worship who you want to worship, and if you hold that entity supreme, have at it. But if I am a Muslim, that is not my one true God, and you having your one true God doesn't diminish me having my one true God.
That's why I answered you the way that I did.
Exactly. You did. Both things can be true at the same time. It's the intolerance to say that no, mine is the one true, so yours is a fraud. He's counterfeit. He's less than. He doesn't exist. He's not on the same level. You can't do that, because then anytime you do that, that's where we are now with, well, that's why it's easy for Christians to say, oh no, 10 Commandments should be in schools. Okay, well, what about teaching Islam? Oh no, you can't do that. Well, why not? Everybody that goes to school
Again, it's like,
and then this is what they say. Well, then they need to go somewhere else. Why? Aren't y'all about freedom?
That's
freedom,
that's what I'm saying.
Freedom of religion is
And
also freedom from religion.
Right. And that's where I say they put their foot in their mouth, so to speak. But then again, maybe they did understand it the way that you and I are talking about it now.
They did.
Because have my other brother been over, Jermaine, he would be advocating for the Muslim belief, like how I advocate for Christian.
But
now one thing I will say, one thing I will say is this, and you will see us all side by side, okay? But one thing that you will never hear me say is my faith is better or greater than yours or whatnot. You will hear me here quite often say, I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. What you believe is what you believe. And, you know, if you feel like it works for you, then fine.
Yeah.
You know, all I know is that when you say Christian, now my ears perk up.
Right. But see,
because you happen to be mentioning something that I am very
invested in.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. I was trying to think of where,
there's a lot of Christian nationalists that believe, outside of you, I'm not calling you Christian nationalists, but there are actual Christian nationalists that think that their religion is supreme over all, and the other ones have to take a back seat.
See, that's that slippery slope. Right. Yeah, it's a very, very slippery slope. You can't say, or you can't push. You even hear if you go to a really Bible believing church, any of them, they will tell you, or at least you should be hearing this. And if you're not, then you might want to consider changing your church.
I agree.
No, seriously. You don't choke people out with the Bible. You don't choke people out with
if you're in a Christian church, it is
if anything,
a one true God.
The main thing to do is this: is just be a witness. And how you be a witness? First of all, the main and most important witness is live the life.
Right.
Because people will see how you are living.
Yep.
And they'll see the fruits of your life, and then it would probably inspire them.
It could.
That's the first and the best witness. Right. The second is to verbally talk, and talk about what your faith line has done for you.
For you, thank you. I'm glad you.
Because it's personal,
right? So when somebody says, "Man, CJ, you always seem to be happy and stress-free, and this and that and the other," man, what's really giving you the ability to do that? That's the invitation to then talk about, well, my faith has
faith in God, right?
But man, if it did that for you, maybe it could do something for me. That's how you get the buy-in from people. You don't sit there and you push them into the water and say, drink it.
Right.
Drown.
You don't slam their head down the water.
By the back of their neck, and you say, well, you ain't coming up till you done had enough of it. And I get to decide how much is enough.
Right.
I need to be able to have the choice to go and take that drink without you having your hand on the back of my neck forcing me into it. But unfortunately, we're out of time. But that is what we're finding with a lot of these things is people, as much as they talk about grooming and everything else, they are wanting to inflict their beliefs. And as much as they talk about gay and lesbians and everything else, subjecting them to seeing what they call abominations, they're trying to force the way that they think and the way that they live on everybody too. So it's two sides almost of a coin in a way, because it's projection. The thing that you're accusing other people of, you're doing the same damn thing. You're accusing people of grooming, but yes, you're saying only specific religions can have their tenements presented in schools. Well, isn't that grooming? Yeah, but it's okay when we do it. When y'all do it, you're radicalizing our kids. They become terrorists. They become woke and all this other stuff. Okay, but you're not making them religious zealots that are that have intolerance to people that don't look like them, think like them, worship like them, and all these other things. You're not grooming them to think like that. Come on. Anyway, we got to end it. I want to go around with what I don't like. Lori, what is it that you don't like?
Oh no, I'm gonna let you go first because I'm very curious.
Okay. All right. Well, I got one, guys.
Go ahead, CJ.
Because I got to get this off of my chest because this has been bothering me for like about a week now. Our lack of shame as a society.
Yeah, man. Tell it.
I said I wasn't going to preach, and I'm trying not to, but we need to bring shame back. Seriously.
I think that we've crossed that bridge, and I think they turned down with the one in Maryland.
Well, and the reason why I say this is because shame, just like everything else, was a very good tool to put everything in check.
Yeah.
And you can put shame on everything. Like what's that hot sauce commercial? I put that on everything.
Yeah.
Red hot.
Shame need to be put on everything.
That's true.
In every walk of life. Why? Because it brings modesty. It brings reality.
It brings reflection.
Thank you.
Because now you're able to sit there and look at something and go, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Or I should feel bad about having to do that. And people don't anymore. They just do whatever is whatever. Nobody has any guardrails anymore. Yeah.
So what I don't like is our lack of shame.
Facts. I love it. I love that one. Lori?
Actually, I'm okay this week.
All right, good. So what I don't like, now y'all know, you can't get too much blacker than me. I'm about as black as you can get. Excluding Wesley Snipes and few of the Bernie Mac, God rest his soul. But I will be one to say that there are certain things, at least in the South, CJ, that you should always be able to find in a black house and in a black refrigerator. I've covered this before. You will always find baking soda. Even if the rest of the refrigerator is open, you'll find that box of Arm & Hammer in that sumbitch every time.
Right now. Right now.
Hot sauce. Some people will be like, why is the hot sauce in the fridge? Because that's where it goes once you open it. French's mustard. Oh
yeah, and it's French's always. It's like never nothing different.
No, hold on, because I got a wife.
It can be any ketchup. It can be any ketchup.
I got a wife.
Better be in there.
Mustard and Grey Poupon is the same damn thing,
bro.
I remember this month, CJ. I was up in New York, and I'm about to be a sandwich. Not no sandwich, a sandwich. And I'm looking for the mustard. And I say, yo, where's your mustard? It's in the fridge. There's no mustard in this. I'm up and down in this fridge. There's no mustard. She says it's right there on the side. And I looked and I saw some goddamn Grey Poupon.
Grey Poupon.
I felt like I was in one of them damn Grey Poupon commercials. I said, I know she ain't
Do
pumping.
you have any Grey Poupon?
I felt like she was effing with me. I said, no, seriously. Where's the Frenches? The what? I almost left
Big
the ass.
yellow bottle.
I almost left the ass that day, CJ. Now,
There's been times he's been wanting to divorce me several times. Grape jelly,
I got
mustard.
I got ground, CJ, because I sat there the other day and was about to fix me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, hell! To find out, ain't no goddamn grape jelly in my refrigerator.
What? Because I forgot to buy it. I forgot to buy it at the store. I did.
That's like trying to make Kool-Aid without sugar.
CJ, ain't no grape jelly in my house right now, but there are strawberry preserves.
Baby, sis, it ain't. It's sweet. I mean, I like it, but it ain't the same.
But you still gotta have
it. Ain't the same.
It's that. It's because I have to. Because I forgot it at the store. I literally forgot it.
This mug like Smuckers.
I don't like Smuckers.
In the Black South, you go get you some Concord grape jelly.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Am I preaching? Woo! There's no grape jelly in my house, bro. not even them little cups you steal from the damn restaurant.
Bro, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
That's
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel it slipping away? Do you feel it slipping away?
More and more, 1776 is slipping away.
1776 is coming back.
Even in 1776, I guarantee you, on them plantations, they had some grape jelly in the refrigerator.
Oh my!
So
I forgot to get it at the store.
They got something that even I don't have right now, CJ. How you gonna be in a black house, open up the fridge, and ain't no damn grape jelly?
Ooh. What did I do with the chicken? Because I already know. Because he's been mad at me. I was like, I forgot.
CJ, I got 5 bags of crab legs in my house. Ain't got no grape jelly.
Sis.
That's grounds for divorce.
I gotta go to the store. I know this. I know this, but he's been mad at me. And I'm like, I haven't had a list.
If you leave, the locks get changed. You're done. It's a wrap.
But what did I do with the chicken?
This is what we call in the acting industry. This is a wrap.
What happened to the chicken?
There are no more scenes after this.
What did I do to the chicken? Because I tried a different recipe.
That's a wrap.
It don't matter. See, you can't gain any good deal when there's no grape jelly in the house. You could have done 10 things right, but if there ain't no grape jelly in the house, you are dead.
Do you have sandwich bread? You have rolls?
Yeah, I got bread.
Okay.
I just had some bread. I got
hot dog bun, hamburger bun.
Nope.
Because see, all of that'll work with peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly. Man, I would even put it on a damn cracker. You hear me? I would cover all that. I'd cover all that white on that cracker with some peanut butter. I'm not trying, white people. I'm not trying to cover up the cracker because it's white. I'm just saying.
Peanut butter and jelly. Look, we make songs about it.
And CJ, you ever sat there and had it as a taste in your mouth, and you like, I can't wait to get that.
With a cold glass of milk.
I done pulled out the bread. I done pulled out my big old thing of Jif. I done pulled out my knife. I'm like, I'm about to F this sandwich up. I can already taste it. It's halfway down.
And if you really want to get fancy with it, you can cut up some bananas.
Whoa, talk it now.
Listen, bro, don't get me started.
That refrigerator, and it ain't even there. Boy, you don't know how effing mad I was.
Travesty.
No, he's been, and like I said, I fully own because I bought extra and I bought on the last bottle and it was gone. I'm like, I gotta go get grape jelly. I forgot to get grape jelly.
You never let that jelly go this low.
Thank you.
Never let it go this low.
It's almost like
and I literally forgot.
Like
I literally forgot. And I was in the aisle every time. And I'm like, I gotta
get this get right here. Gotta get some more.
You could have just left the store, been on 85, and you will cross the barrier and turn your ass back around to go get that grape jelly. You do what the cops would do. You drive across that grass in the middle.
Like, you know how serious jelly is right now, bro.
Listen. I fully apologize because I was slacking and lacking because I didn't have it, because I looked in the cupboard and was like, wait, there's no jelly in there.
Here's the funny thing.
Sis, I want you to follow. I want you to follow your current rank right now. Look, you see, this is where you were. You was at the top of the crown.
I'm
you're about like right about there now.
No, at the top. No, in the Parker house, I am a speck of dust because I'm telling you, fight with me all the time. And I'm like, wow.
Parker house, she below the crawl space right now, okay?
Right. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
He down there with the damn Gophers right now. That's what she at.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so that's what I don't like. I don't like a black house that ain't got no damn grape jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly.
If you happen to be one of those victims, please reach out to us at
we got the hotlines open in support.
1-800 Am I Black? That's 1-800 Am I Black.
Lori, go ahead and give me your card. Just go ahead and give me your card.
I'm not taking. I'm not. Listen,
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. You just been pulled over. You just got pulled over.
License and registration, please.
You gotta surrender your card. You gotta surrender your card now.
This cannot pass. I noticed on her grocery list this morning when I walked by it, because I had gotten some stuff that was on her list. And I walked by it this morning and I see that she must have figured it out because she added grape jelly to the bottom.
Because I forgot it. I literally forgot. I totally forgot it.
I said, oh, okay. That's why you have extra bottles. They get them in squeeze bottles now, CJ. Get you 2 or 3 bottles. That way you ain't got to worry.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you can double fist too.
Excuse me. I had 2 bottles in. I had extra bottles. And first of all, if you gonna sit here, don't take my card. But you know I have doubles of everything. So I literally had on the last one, and I forgot to pick it up. And every time.
A label warning. It is not the same. Do not touch that goober.
No.
Do not touch the goober. It is not the same.
Welch's.
Yeah.
There's always Welch's.
Or
you're gonna have to get it. It's Welch's.
Goober is not the same. They need to be separated so they can be brought together in holy matrimony between them 2 pieces of bread. I don't need them. I don't need everything swirled and twirled already.
I can do that myself. Thank you very much.
It's called smash.
Yeah, exactly. They come together at the right time when I put both sides together. Bam. Bam. That's how I do it. I don't need it redone and wonder how you got it to stick in there so perfectly.
Right.
I don't trust that. I know mine came together because I made them collide together. I don't know what y'all did in that factory to do that. Try to make it all look all nice and colorful and I don't need that.
They even did it in strawberry, man. Got me mad.
Yeah. So if you in a black house and you open up a refrigerator and ain't no grape jelly, run, because something's wrong. Run. They probably did like what Trump do. He rent out black places and put white people in them. If you go to the black house and ain't no grape jelly, no baking soda, no Texas
hot sauce, no French mustard, and while we don't ever care about the ketchup, ketchup is just whatever, right?
It could be Heinz, it could be anything.
It could be okay. Let me ask you this: how about the sugar though? Are you specific with your sugar?
Domino.
Very good.
But I grew up Dixie Crystal.
Or that, okay. Now I've seen both. So both are acceptable.
Yeah, I can use both. But yes, that's the same thing.
Yes, sir.
So we ran over, but I had a good time with it, y'all. Y'all let me know in your comments, DMs, whatever, what it is that you don't like. I'll put it on next week, but we will be back next week for another exhilarating show. We didn't get to talk a lot about Project 2025, but over the next several weeks, I want to make it a point to go through some of those things in that 900-page document that talks about how the right is trying to systemically change everything. So we'll go through a lot of that. And the reason that we want to go through a lot of that is you guys need to know what you're fighting for. You're not fighting for an old man that lost a debate. You're fighting for an ideal that needs to live even after he dies. And it's okay. And I'm gonna let y'all know it's okay if he does pass and a black woman happens to have the reins.
It's okay. It's all right.
We're gonna be all right.
You will live.
I mean, look, before Biden, we had a bitch in there for 4 years anyway. Anyway,
you know that's right.
So I'm gonna let that simmer.
Right. Yeah, and they can be like, huh?
It was an orange one with that. So anyway,
right.
And we made it somehow. But anyway, we enjoy y'all for coming in. Please share, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and we will see y'all again next week. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.
Bro, I'm gonna hit you up.
This is ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And this a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And this a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma.